Hi guys, Brett here from Hearns Hobbies, and today I'm going to take a look at doing a quick repair on the Traxxas X-Maxx. Now these things are prone to tyre failure, and this one's no different. So the tyre's actually starting to come off the wheel. We can see that I've repaired it before over here, so I'm going to take the wheel off and show you guys how I do it. So it's a little bit awkward to catch on camera, but I've got my 17mm nut driver here. Get this wheel off nice and tight, and I'll get the truck out of the way so you can see it here. We'll get this nut off, we'll get this wheel off, fighting me all the way. It's definitely been nice and tight, like so. Okay, the wheel is off. Get the truck out of the way and we'll assess the damage. So you can see here that the tire's been torn before, and what I've done there is I've actually super glued a belted 1/10 touring car tire on the inside, so it's like a bandage from the inside, and being a belted tire it's not going to stretch there, but like has happened, it's starting to tear off the bead. But luckily I stopped using it before we could do any damage, because when it's torn like that, the tire can expand and the foam liner that's inside can really get torn up and wrecked, and then the car's really unbalanced. So the first thing I'm going to do is clean off any debris. Now I've got a little bit of just alcohol here, just isopropylene, like so. Just giving it a wipe over with a bit of a rag. And the reason I'm using isopropyl alcohol is just because it what that does is it evaporates really quickly, leaving no residue. You clean up the debris, it's really going to help that super glue stick, like so. There we go. Now you don't have to be gentle with it, because we want to actually see where in fact it has broken. Just clean my work surface. Okay, here we are. So you can see here where it's pulled off the bead, like so. The tire's sitting there nicely, so that's really best case scenario. So I'm just going to get some thin super glue. We'll check the back as well while we're here. And pretty much every time I use the X-Maxx, I will take the wheels off and I will double check, because once that starts happening, that's how you rip and tear your tires and destroy them. Where this one here has done probably about 50 batteries and is still in one piece, albeit a bit of wear and tear. So I've got my super thin super glue here. This one here is a BSI product. It's one of my favorite glues. And you definitely need plenty of it for these tires. So you want to be really careful. I'm just holding the bead back a little bit, making sure that it goes right in. And just moving it in, working it into the bead, like so. Working my way around ever so gently. Now with this stuff, you have to let it dry. So you can see before from the white that I've been like in the field or at the track. That's why it's gone white, is because I've used kicker or accelerant on the dryer, but it really does the super glue no favors. It's almost better when you let it dry naturally. But just working my way around, getting right there, and this will ensure that I get plenty of more runs out of this tire. Now preferably I'll do this like the night before or in between, somewhere where I'm going to run it, to really let super glue cure and harden to its maximum strength, because the last thing you want to do is put this on wet and have super glue flicking all over the place. So we've got the whole bead there done, and then I'm going to go ahead and put a second bit just to help seal it off and get a nice running bead around the tire, like so, filling any gaps like so. And this will ensure that I get plenty of more playtime with this monster car. There we go, and it's as simple as that. Then I'll go ahead and I'll wipe the top of the making sure that there's no dirt and debris in my super glue. I'll squeeze the cab a little bit away from my eyes, making sure that there's none in the nozzle, and then I'll go ahead and put the cap on and seal it up, and that will live to fight another day. So that was really simple, but a really handy tip: if you've got an X-Maxx, make sure you check the bead on your tires, and don't be scared to re-glue it. If you re-glue it and keep on top of it, your tires and your inserts will last a lot longer. Well, I'm Brett from Hearns, and thanks for watching my little tutorial on fixing an X-Maxx tire.